What's up, ass faces? Welcome back to Lab Session 60, episode 60, Bet with Juice. Thank you guys for tuning in on this Monday afternoon. I hope everybody's having a great day so far. We got two NFL Monday night football games tonight, and that's about it on the slate. WNBA is taking a day off, and MLB wild card starts tomorrow. The boys got the matchup against the Cincinnati Reds. We are excited. I'm a little nervous, just a tad bit. Before I get into the notebook, I just want to show you guys the slip. The main slip from NFL yesterday was very close. Sweating this out yesterday, watching the games. You got Drake London, 40 yards. Guy went off, 110 yards yesterday. Rashid Shaheed, longest reception needed to be 10. He had a 15-yard catch. Mr. K. Dotton got it in the last freaking quarter of the game, 3 receptions. And then Wan'Dale Robinson, dude fell asleep yesterday. Unfortunately for Malik Neighbors and the Giants, he is out for the season. Speedy recovery for Malik. But I did call that game right. I told you guys Jackson Dart and the Giants were going to get the job done, and they did. They got it done, unlike Wan'Dale Robinson. Couldn't get that longest reception for us at 20 yards. Was asking for a lot, but even at 15, he would have still missed because he had 8. And then Michael Pittman on the bottom. Dude was supposed to go off. He needed 65. He had 41. Not a terrible game. Indiana did finally lose to the Rams. And then this was my favorite guy yesterday, Jeffrey Simmons. Told you guys, red arm sleeve. He was going to get a sack against that terrible O-line from Houston, and he did just that. Tennessee is a terrible team. They are 0-4, but Houston, the O-line is terrible. We knew we were going to get a sack. They did win 26-0, but Jeffrey Simmons, absolute dog. Like I said, 4 for 6 on the main slip. Not the most terrible thing, but we move on to tonight, Monday Night Football. You got 2 games, like I said. Jets and Dolphins have already started. I'm going to go ahead and read off. Let me see. I want to make sure you get locked in on there. I'm just going to read off everybody's prop for the first game, all right? And then I'll get into the price pick slips and kind of do some more explanations there. Tua, 1 interception today. Going to throw a pick. Not really, pretty easy. Tua, 1 interception. I did this backwards. The Dolphins were supposed to be on this side. Jets were supposed to be on this side. I did it totally opposite. I don't know how I did that. 201 interception. Riley Pat. Not Pat Riley. Riley Patterson. 6.5 kicking points. All right? Seems pretty easy. I'll explain why later. And then Jalen Waddle, longest reception. 14.5 yards. So a 15-yard catch on the game. And then I'll just keep going down the line of all the Dolphins players. Riley. 1 kick, 1 field goal made for the day. He has already got that first. It is 3-0 right now, Dolphins. And then NWI, Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, 1 touchdown on the day. Same with Garrett Wilson. This is where I messed up. Garrett Wilson and Hall are the Jets. Jalen Waddle and Tyreek will get their touchdowns, or I have them on 2 separate slips. But those are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 guys, 7 props that we have for the Dolphins players. And then the Jets players will be Garrett Wilson, 4.5 receptions. We're getting that at a discount. And then Mr. Mason Tyler, the tight end, 1.5 receptions. And then Jay Fields getting in the end zone for the Jets. And then keep going down the line. You got Folk, one field goal, so a half a field goal made. And then Jay Fields also. I'm going heavy on Fields today, getting in the end zone, rushing it in for a touchdown. And then, like I said, Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall also scoring touchdowns on separate slips for that game. So Jets and Dolphins right there. A lot of guys, a lot of props. Next game up, you got my boys. Bengals at the Broncos. Should be a good game. I think it's going to be back and forth. Obviously, Broncos have a great defense. Bengals give up a lot of points. Broncos have a decent offense, too. Bo Nix should be able to throw over 220 today, but I'm actually going to stay away from it. They're offering it to us on Prize Picks, but something seems fishy about it. I think the Bengals might have a good game today defensively. First guy up from my boys, you got Andre Yoshivas, 10.5, longest reception, so 11-yard catch on the night. Mr. Mike Gesicki, terrible gritty, good tight end. 2.5 receptions on the night from Mr. Jake Browning. Get the ball to him, dude. If you can't find nobody, if you can't find Jamar, you can't find T, get the ball to Mike. And then T. Higgins, we need a tutty. We need a tutty, brother. Get in the end zone tonight. I'm going heavy on T. Higgins today. My guy, numero 5. Get in there, dog. Score a touchdown. Then I also like Yoshi's chances today. So I put Yoshi right there. See it? Yoshi tutty. Get in the end zone, kid. And then you got Evan Ingram, new team, the tight end for the Broncos. He was a former Jacksonville Jaguar. 21.5 receiving yards, so 22 yards on the night. And then Troy Franklin. I don't know why I always think he's a rookie. He's not. He's been playing for a couple years. 14.5, longest reception, so a 15-yard catch. He's a speedster, and obviously we know what our defense looks like at times. He should be able to catch this very easily. Shout out to the homegirl, Sutton Tony. Oh. I say Cam Sutton. No, Cam Sutton, get in the end zone. He has had 3 already on the. Sorry, not Cam. Cortland. That's why I was like, why it's not Cam. Cortland Sutton, get in the end zone. Should be able to get this. Let's see. He's had one week 1. Missed out on week 2 against Indiana and got one last week against the Chargers. Going heavy on Cortland today. He should be able to get a touch. He's probably going to have 2 touchdowns. And I have him for like 70, 80 yards on another slip. Cortland Sutton, not Cam. Thinking about Cam Scattaboo. That's what I was thinking about. And then you got Dobbins and Ingram scoring tutties today. J.K. Dobbins getting that little green goblin. And then Evan Ingram. Our DBs, the middle of the pack, just can't contain the tight ends. They give up a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns. So, Ingram on his new team has been playing pretty good. He probably scores against us tonight. That is the end of it. That is the notebook. Wanted to make this a quick episode. I'm excited for Wild Card tomorrow. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be fun. So I'm a little bit nervous about our boys, but I think we get it done, and we beat the Cincinnati Reds. Like I said, Riley Patterson has already gotten the job done and gotten a field goal. I'm trying to find the main slip for you guys. Okay. So the main one with Tua throwing a pick right there. Tua, 1 interception. Riley Patterson, 6.5 kicking points. So he already has 3. So that's 1 field goal. He gets another field goal, which is perfect. That's what we're expecting. And then they have to score a touchdown today. There's no way they don't score a touchdown. So he easily gets 7 later on in the night. Mr. Jalen Waddle gets in the end zone. Also gets your longest reception at 15 yards. Shouldn't be too hard for you. Garrett Wilson, 4.5 receptions. That should be cash money. Both of those 2 things. Garrett Wilson and Jalen Waddle should be absolutely free tonight. Justin Fields. Get in the end zone. Show your legs off to everybody. Run around the defenders. Get in there. And then Mason Taylor, 1.5 receptions. The tight end from New York should be able to get that pretty easy. Also basically free at Green Goblin. That is $9 to pay $200. That's the main slip, main game stack for the Jets and the Dolphins. Then, the one that I really like, I said, Riley Patterson, 1 field goal. NWI, Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, 1 touchdown. Justin Fields also, like I said, we're going heavy on him, 1 touchdown. And then Nick Folk, 1 field goal. That is $650 to pay $200. That's kind of like the next. That's one of my favorite slips that I got on the night, honestly. Easily 2 field goals made, and then we need Nick Westbrook to get in the end zone. I'm pretty sure Jay Fields. I'm pretty sure he gets a rushing touchdown today. Almost positive. And then I think that's it. Let's see for that. Just for that game stack. Like I said, I got Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall, Jalen Waddle, and Tyreek all on separate slips. I wish I was live and like, what do you guys want to hear first? Well, we're not live, so I'm just going to have to decide for myself what I want to show you guys. This is my favorite one. Of the 4 guys, 2 guys from each game. You got Jalen Waddle, get in the end zone, do a little Waddle for us, and then G-Dub, Garrett Wilson, also scoring a TD, and then Mr. T. Higgins, numero 5, and Cortland Sutton, numero 14. Dude, I know my Spanish. Come on now. Get in the end zone, all 4 of you, 5 to pay $175. Now, let's get locked in to our game, to the Bengals game. This is huge. We have to upset the Broncos at home. It would be freaking awesome. So why I'm decked out in my gear right now. You see the poncho or the poncho. Where am I pointing? Right there. You see the poncho. We're locked in. Let's see. This is the main game stack. Andre Yoshivas, 10.5 longest reception, so an 11-yard catch. Mr. Mike Gesicki, terrible gritty, 2.5 receptions. Jake Browning, let him be your comfort zone, okay? Throw the ball to him when you're about to get sacked. Just get rid of it. Throw to Mike. And then Cortland Sutton, Mr. Sutton, get in the end zone. T. Higgins also, number 5, getting in there. Evan Ingram, 22 yards on the night. And Mr. Troy. I was going to say Froy. It looked like Froy. Troy Franklin, 14.5 longest reception on the night. That is $4 to pay $204. Little game stack for the Bengals and Broncos. And then I also have Cortland Sutton going for 70 yards against us. 70 yards, Cortland Sutton. T. Higgins, 4.5 receptions. Bo Nix, rush attempts. Jamar Chase, touchdown. My guy, Drew Sample, 7.5 longest reception. And Marvin Mims, 2 catches, 2 receptions, $4 to pay $205. Just thought I'd read it out real quick. And then for the entire game, 3 tutties on the night. Like I said, I'm going with my boy, Mr. Yoshi. Andre Yoshivas. Get in the end zone, kid. Do it for Hawaii. Do it for your guys. J.K. Dobbins should be free. Get in the end zone. And then Evan Ingram. We know what our defense is. $550 to pay $200 for the 3 gentlemen. Get in there. Get in there. In the face. All right, I'm done. Done. See you later. Appreciate you guys for sticking with us all the way to Lab Session 60, Episode 60, Bet with Juice. Happy Monday Night Football. Let's hit something tonight. Peace.